What's up, fellas? So I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted to know, are sevens the best option for a relationship? So obviously this is a purple pill brother, and most of you guys, I think you wouldn't want to say it in public, but most of you guys are purple pill minded, right? I know you won't say it on public. I know you're gonna be in the comments like you red pill, but deep down, you want some love. All right, yeah, it's what it is. It is what it is, you know. But you don't got to tell nobody. All right. So, I don't know if this guy is a follower of the OG Ron Wills. Shout out Ron Wills, the great Ron Wills. But Ron Wills, as far as I know, he's the one that created this. So if somebody else did before him, or, if somebody else did. But the first person I heard talk about this is Ron Wills. So I'm going to give him the credit for this. But Ron Wills said that adjustable sevens are the typical woman that you want to be in a relationship with that. All right. And I have hardly agreed with that. I believe he is on to something. I do believe most 9s and 10s are not good. I don't want nobody to come, not the all police today. All right. I'm quite sure there are some great 9s and 10s out there. All right. I'm quite sure it's 2 in the world, right? Out of the millions and millions that it is, I'm quite sure that it's 2 good 9s and 10s out there. Okay, so there you go. I don't want to hear about no outliers or, my mama, she was a dime and she was, oh, shut the fuck up. Okay, all right. But I believe that adjustables 8.5s are the best option. And I'll tell you why. So now first how I'm gonna do this video, guys, is I want to explain why a lot of guys believe, or why I think that a lot of guys believe sevens are the best options. All right. And then I'll tell you ultimately why I believe sevens are not the best option. Why I don't recommend you guys doing 7, maybe 8.5, but not 7s. All right. So what Ron Wills is talking about when he talked about the adjustable 7s, that once they, get fixed all up and stuff like that, that they can become a 9 or a 10, right? Once they get jazzed up. All right. My only issue with that is most women are not naturally beautiful 10s to begin with, right? So if a woman is a 7 and then she get dressed up and now she's a 9 or a 10, then I think that's the reason why he says that, right? But once the woman gets dressed up, even if she's a 7 when she wake up in the morning, if she go get caked all up and get her hair did, then in my opinion, she's still gonna think she's a 9 or a 10, regardless of how she look in the morning. You hear Kevin Samuels when he asked the women to rate themselves, he asked the women to rate themselves fresh out the shower. Not all that bullshit, right? But that's not usually how women gonna rate themselves, right? Most women are not gonna rate themselves like that. Most women rate themselves how they look when they go to the club, all right? Half naked and shit. That's how most women. But anyway, guys, regardless of what, and you can go there and check out some of Ron Wills' videos if y'all guys want to, get more in detail on his theories behind that adjustable 7s. I believe in adjustable 8. I'll explain 8.5 and I'll explain that later, okay? But let me get into, for all you guys who are purple pill and you're looking for a relationship, why a lot of guys believe in a 7 is the best option. Number one, they're humble, guys. They're more humble. Let me put it like this. They tend to be more humble, okay? Let me put it like that. Because we done seen a whole bunch of 5s and 6s over there live with Kevin Samuels that talking about something, they rated themselves 8, 9s, and 10s. All right, so let's just say I actually didn't know it was that bad till Kevin Samuels came on YouTube. I swear for God, I really thought women was more humble than what they are. I did not know that many ugly ass women thought they were 9s and 10s. I mean, I'm just being fucking serious. I can't explain to you guys about that. All right. But they tend to be more humble. And that's because male attention, the amount of male attention and validation that you get, that's going to fuck with anybody's ego, right? That's just the way it go, right? If you're a guy, right, and women for whatever reason just start throwing themselves at you and start giving you all this attention, well, obviously your ego and your confidence and your swagger going to go up. All right. So typically before social, particularly before social media, women who were average looking didn't have these big egos, right? Only time you seen average looking women have these egos were when they was in a position where they got a lot of male attention. For instance, I told you guys I dated the girl who worked at the gym years ago, right? And so I'm quite sure she thought she was a dime. All right, in my opinion, I think she was like an 8.5, maybe 8.5, right? Solid chick, you know, good, nice girl. But I wouldn't classify as no 9 or 10. I would say she made 8.5. But with all the dudes running around the gym chasing her ass and stuff, I'm quite sure she felt like a damn 10. All right. So unless a woman was in a position where she got a lot of male attention, like a bartender or a waitress or something like that, where men just, you know, you was in a position where a lot of men interacted with you, then a lot of average women wouldn't have these big egos because men wasn't hitting on them all day. Okay. So they tended to be humble. Now, obviously with social media, you can take a fucking 5 or 6 hippo, create a dating profile, and now she's a dime because of all the male attention makes her feel that way. That's just the way it works, guys. All right? That's just the way it works. If people giving you a lot of attention, you're going to think you hotter than what you are. 7s tend to not get as much attention, and so they tend to be more humble, which means they are going to cater to their man more. All right? You don't expect to come home to a lot of hot meals if you marry or you're in a relationship with a solid 10, right? Who got people telling her every day she should model, and then you think you finna come home with a hot meal? Yeah, you might get one once a month. But guys, she gonna do the bare minimum because in her head, she don't feel like she have to. She feels like you're lucky to be with her. Unless you're, you know, really wealthy or got a lot of status. She feels, but if you're a typical guy here who got a hard-working job, making $85K a year, and you got a certified dime, she gonna feel like you lucky to have me. I can have any man I want. I can have a baller, I can have a lawyer, I can have a doctor, and I chose you. Remember Chili on that song, Baby, Baby, Baby? She was saying, you know, I can have any man I want, and I chose you. Oh, she wasn't playing. That's how she felt about the situation. So you're not going to get a lot of catering from a woman who has that mentality. She almost feel like you should go to work and come home and cook for her, even though she don't got a job. Even if she don't got a job. That's how she feels. So for any of you guys that are wanting a woman to cater to you, make you feel like you're the king, you can't expect that from a woman who sees herself as a dime and you're lucky to have her. That's just the way it works. Okay? So if you're going to go with a 7, you expect a little bit more humbleness just because she don't have the option. Now, social media done kind of screwed all this up and everybody thinks they hot shit now. I get that. But I'm just giving y'all guys, it's not going to be as bad as the 9s and 10s. Next, guys, less competition. So guy get a 7, right? Y'all guys, women been on this shit. I don't know for any of you guys that are super young, but one thing that was, you know, that you heard percolating a lot back in the day was a woman did not like a super good looking, handsome man. And I mean, I think I fall right in that category. I mean, it is what it is. But because they didn't want to deal with that competition. And a lot of you guys are going to find this out too. Women are conflicted, right? It's like on one hand, I want a high value man, but on one hand, do I want to deal with all that bullshit and competition that come along with it? So when you get a 7, you ain't got to worry about some baller coming by and stealing her. She's an average looking chick. So there's less competition. It's going to be easier to set dates with her. You ain't got to worry about hypergamy as much. Okay? Hypergamy is always going to be there, but not as much. If you got a girl that's on the cover of Glamour magazine or one of these modeling magazines, I mean, any day now. I mean, any day. She got an Instagram profile. Let's say you get a girl that's a super hot chick. Let's not even assume she's modeling, right? But let's just say she got a Facebook, an Instagram. Any day now, that bitch gonna be gone. Unless you're a very high earner, very good earner, and you know, very good in bed or something. A woman with that much competition, let's see how long that lasts. Let's see how long that lasts. I'm not saying it won't. Maybe you you know, on your shit and you know how to maintain attraction, all this other shit. But you gonna have, you guys, y'all seen Michael Blackson on the Breakfast Club talking about Ben Simmons was in his fiance's and Ben Simmons was his boy? Could you imagine Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons make $30 million a year. Ben Simmons was in Michael Blackston's girl's DMs. This is what you're gonna deal with. This is what you're gonna deal with. Ben Simmons. Dude, you know how fast it take a woman to Google Ben Simmons' salary and find out this dude make like $35 fucking million a year? Really? LeBron James was in some guy. You remember she exposed LeBron James and she was dating a football player and she exposed him. He was in her DMs telling some, what's up? And she exposed him. That was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. This is LeBron James in your girl DMs. She was a hot little chick. I can't remember. But I think she was a white girl. And LeBron James is in your DMs. Now, she exposed it or whatever. But the point being, and the other girl told Michael Blackson, but this is what I'm talking about when you get these hot chicks like this, right? So when you got these super hot chicks, you get Ben Simmons and you get LeBron James in the fucking DMs. I'm quite sure that wasn't the only goddamn guys, ballers, rappers in the fucking DMs. So this is what you dealing with. LeBron James is not going to be in the DMs of a 7. It ain't going down. All right? It ain't going down. Ben Simmons is not going to be in the DMs of a 7. You just don't have to deal with all these high earning ass men all in your girl DMs and shit. If you got a girl that's a 10, you better get her ass off Instagram. Or unless you got a private profile or something like that, or she don't take very sexy pictures. Cause if that bitch got a public profile and she posting, you know, quote unquote, and I don't mean even in bikini pics, I'm just talking about like in a sexy dress, you best believe some baller's gonna be in them goddamn DMs. Whether she tell you or not, I don't fucking know. But I promise you, if her profile is public and she in there some sexy dresses, some shorts on, I guarantee you some ballers are gonna be in her damn DMs. All right? You don't have to worry about that as much with 7s. The next reason 7s, they look good enough not to embarrass you. You know, that's why we don't go to the adjustable 5s and 6. The 7 is, the bitch don't make me look bad. Like, you ain't hot, but I don't gotta goddamn hide and run when I see my friends and I'm out with your little ugly ass. All right, guys. Any of you guys who've ever tried to date, I had somebody set me up on a blind date with a chick. She had to be a 5.5 blind date. And I'm just like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, man. Set me on a blind date with him. I can't remember. I don't even know if I don't know how that shit went down or whatever. I can't even remember all the detail, but I know it was a blind date. All right. Cause this was pre-dating apps, way 2002. Right. So I don't know if he met her through a friend. I don't know how the shit would work. Right. Maybe he never saw her and somebody gave her the number and asked her, did he know somebody or whatever. However the shit went down. I mean, and I'm being generous. Let's be generous. 5.5. The girl was so nice and sweet, and I'm not gonna lie, my hypergamy kicked in a little bit. The bitch was worked for CBS. She made 6 figures. She had a condo in Florida, and her daddy had a car lot. And my hypergamy kicked in. Y'all don't understand, guys. I wasn't no high earning man at this time. High value, high earning. Well, anything with high in it. All right. The only thing I was running high in was a high debt. That's the only thing I had at that point. High debt. So this is like 2002, 2001, some shit like that, right? So this is when AMS was struggling, right? And then my hypergamy started kicking in. Damn, daddy owned a car lot. She worked for CBS. She got a condo in Florida on the beach. Damn, my hypergamy kicked in. Her brother worked for the title loan spot. He had a nice house. I said, God, my hypergamy kicked. I said, damn, this bitch kind of ugly, but she got a lot going for her. So I tried, you know, I was like, you know, the bitch making 6 figures. You gotta understand, this is Alabama. All right. And I'm just like, man, this maybe I just put a bag over here. You know, you try, any of you guys, any of you guys ever try to date a woman who made a lot of money and you ain't make a lot of money and you try to rationalize in your head all type of ways, I'm gonna do this, do that. But the bitch was embarrassing to go out with. So I went out with her 3 days and I ended up just, you know, breaking it off and just telling her that it didn't work or whatever. I just can't be seen with the ugly bitch. I just can't. And the straw that broke the camel back, when the bitch wanted to go to a basketball game, I still remember the bitch wanted to go to a basketball game. I'm thinking to myself, how many people gonna be at this damn basketball game? Hell no. So you go to a restaurant, you know, 15 people in there, 20 people in there. Okay, I can kind of like hide behind the lampshade. It ain't that bad. Basketball game? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Oh, what? We talking about 3, 4, 5? I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of people in there. Who I might see some old classmates, some old workers. Some people I'm working with now. Hell no. Hell no. Now, had she just been a 7, if she would have just been 7, I could have dealt with it. But hell no. No, ain't no mountain high enough. I don't give a fuck how big your bank account is. I don't give a fuck if your daddy got the biggest car lot in the South. I don't give a goddamn if your brother own Title Max. I don't give a damn if you own CBS. I ain't going with your goddamn ugly ass in no goddamn basketball game. So at least a 7 is respectable, that you won't be embarrassed being seen with the ugly bitch, right? That's why he said adjustable 7, not adjustable 5. Okay, adjustable 6. 7 is okay. People see you with her, it's not okay. All right, she look okay. You know, if a friend catch you or a coworker see you, they don't be looking. They'll look like, okay, she's cute, little girl. You know, that's what people say about a 7, right? They don't say she's beautiful or pretty. They say, oh, that's a cute. Yes, she a cute little girl, right? So, but no. But that's why adjustable 7. Next, guys, they tend to make their own money since they pretty much figured out a long time ago that they might not be able to nab a high earning man, right? So if you're a girl that's a 7, when you're a 9 or a 10, men been throwing money at you since you was goddamn 13, 14 years old. Boys was throwing money at you when you was in fucking middle school. Little boys was giving you goddamn their little lunch money then. So you pretty much, if you're a 9 or a 10, you've been probably figured out a long time ago that I might be able to get a man to take care of me and use your looks for that. You know, you figure these things out, right? When I was in middle school, I figured out, you know, girls kind of find me attractive, you know? And so that made me a pussy man. You kind of figure these things out. So women, if you're 9 or 10, you figured it. If you're 7, you probably didn't get as much. So you tend to focus more on getting your shit in order. Now you say, AMS, I thought you said a man shouldn't worry about a woman's finances or money. That we don't care about that. True. If you red pill like me, if you're a purple pill guy and you looking for a relationship or a wife and you fall in that category, then you most certainly should be looking at a woman's finances, because that shit is gonna fall on you. So if you're a red pill guy and you just date women and you're not looking for the relationship, money should not even enter the discussion. What the fuck does it matter, right? But if I'm getting, if AMS was to go purple pill, which ain't finna happen no damn time soon, if ever, you very goddamn well, I need to know what you make in a year and I need to know how much debt you in and what your credit score. Because all that shit falls on me. If you ain't doing shit and we go get a crib, everything, and you sit over here making goddamn 15 grand a year, then everything falls on me. You ain't doing a goddamn thing. All right. Now, unless you're a very high earning guy, that's going to matter. If you're an average hardworking guy that's making 50, 60 grand a year, what the fuck you want a woman that's making 15, 20 grand a year? You don't make enough money to carry her like that, particularly if you're talking about having some kids. So if you're a purple pill guy, if you make 50, then you want her to at least be making 35, something like that. Now y'all can pull that whacking together and get something. You can't get nothing if you an average Joe making 50, 60 grand a year and she over him ain't making shit 15, 20 grand a year. Hell, what the hell? What, you gonna pay the light bill? Then she can't do shit. Everything falls on you. So it most certainly should matter if you're a purple pill guy, not if you red pill. All right. So from my life experiences, The more beautiful a woman is, the less likely she is. Not all the time. Don't all police. I do know we got some pretty lawyers out there. We got some dime-piece lawyers, doctor. I get it, guys. Y'all know I'm talking about the overwhelming majority. All right? The overwhelming majority of 9s and 10s are women who are out here trying to find them a baller to take care of them. Y'all know that. I don't have to tell y'all guys that. Next, guys, they tend to not be attention seekers. All women, every woman, your mama, your grandmama like attention. But there's a difference between liking attention and seeking attention. The 7s pretty much figured out a long time ago that they just not that girl. They not the girl that's going to just turn heads. They pretty much got that. The 9s and 10s tend to be attention whores like a motherfucker. They just crave it all day long because they've been getting it all their life and it has become a drug and addiction. If you're a fucking 6 or a 7, you haven't gotten that attention. And you see a lot of average women now making these I don't have pretty privilege videos on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? They kind of get it, right? They kind of get it if you're an average looking woman that you're not going to have that privilege. All right, they pretty much get it. They're not stupid, right? Guys, women are not stupid. Now, some women have gotten delusional with social media and stuff, and they thinking they 9s and 10s. But in the real world, when they get off them day naps, they know they not 9s and 10s. When 7s walk in the mall, they know they're not turning heads, guys. They know they're not. They're not turning heads. So that causes them not to seek attention as much. Don't get me wrong, they love it. Hey, everybody, hell, I like attention. I'm a man. Hell, I like attention. If I see some women just turn and look at me, hell, I like scrape my shoulders up a little bit. So everybody like attention. I don't want y'all guys saying, oh, AMS says 7s don't like attention. Oh, yes, hell, they do. But they don't actively seek it like the 9s and 10s from what I've seen in my life. They don't actively seek it. 9s and 10s seek it. It's just ridiculous. How many 7s do y'all guys see? 7s do y'all guys see posting thirst traps on YouTube? It's mostly going to be the hotter women. You don't see too many 6s and 7s posting thirst traps. Now, if you do see some women like that, they think they're 9 or 10. Women who accept the fact that they 6s and 7s, they don't do that. You will see some 7s post thirst traps on YouTube that think they Instagram, that think they're 9s and 10s. And you can tell they think they're 9 or 10 by how they looking at the camera like, I'm hot shit, bitch, please. Right? So that's all the things that you, and for all your guys say, well, what does that matter, AMS? What does that matter? Guys, that's annoying. That's annoying to have a woman, to be in a relationship with a woman that's an attention seeker. You don't need that. You want a woman that's in a relationship that's gotten that out of her system. That's like getting in a relationship with a woman that still loves to go to the club. You don't want it when you go get these 9s and 10s. Do you want a woman that's what bitch? You still got the help wanted sign in the window? What the hell is this shit? Right? If I got a woman that constantly needs that attention, and you gotta constantly dress like a slut, you can dress sexy, but women who love attention, they need to dress like a slut. They need all eyes on them all the time. They need to press thirst traps. Bitch, we've been married for 10 years, but yet you got thirst traps on YouTube. Because you need that. Yeah, you need that all the time. You don't want to be bothered with that shit. Right? So when you go get these 9s and 10s, you don't want to be bothered with a woman that's still on YouTube pressing thirst traps in a relationship. Do Savannah James post thirst traps on Instagram? That's LeBron James' wife. Do Kobe Bryant's wife post thirst traps on YouTube? I mean, you want women that got that shit out their system, but when you go get these 9s and 10s, they ain't got that shit out their system. You be married for 20 years, they still on that posting thirst traps. They still need to feel beautiful. Because you know why? They done got addicted to it. Because they've been getting it since they were fucking 4 years old. They're addicted to it. Okay, guys? So I'm just putting that out there that's another issue you're going to run into when you get with these 9s and 10s. Their addiction for attention. All women like attention. But there's a difference between seeking it and just liking it. Okay, guys? Now let's talk about why I don't suggest you guys to get with a 7 and why I say an 8.5 is better. right? One, guys, you're going to get tired of fucking them very quick. And guys going to say, well, AMS, you said that no matter how hot a chick is, you get tired of fucking them. And that's true. I do. The volume of it, the fucking goes down. It won't stop completely. So like, no matter how hot a chick is, she could be a 12. At some point, you will get tired of fucking her, but it don't stop completely, right? So say you got a dime and you're fucking her every day, twice a day, right? Granted, that's not going to last. But I guarantee you, if she's a hot dime and she maintains herself, 10 years from now, you still be fucking her 3 times a week. She still turn you on. Maybe you don't fuck her 3 times a day like you did at the beginning. Maybe that, I give you that, right? You know, when you get a hot chick and y'all fucking like dogs 4 times a day when you first meet her, listen, that won't last. But when you go get with a 7, over time, it'll just stop completely. To maybe once a month if you're lucky. So when you get with a dime, you still, 10 years from now, you still a fucker 2-3 times a week. You get with a 7, 6 months from now, she'll be lucky to get dick once a month. That's going to cause an issue, guys. When a woman feels that way about insecurities, that's one thing. This could cause her to cheat, to get that validation, that sexual validation and sexiness from another guy. All right. It can cause arguments because now she could think you cheating on her because, hey, you know what the old saying is, if he's not getting it at home, he must be getting it from somewhere else. So that's going to cause an issue. So it doesn't work. When I was fucking with that girl at the gym, it was fucking her so bad that we weren't having sex at the end that she was talking about, you got like I got a smell or something. That's how bad me not fucking her got to her head. That she literally started thinking like, you act like I smell or something. That's the shit you're going to be dealing with, guys. It's not a good thing. All right? So that's one reason why I say don't get with a 7. Next, you won't put that much effort into the relationship. Men's effort level goes hand in hand with our attraction level. No attraction, no effort. Hey, baby, you want to go out to dinner Saturday night? I don't want to spend $200 to take your ass out. There's no effort because you don't really care because you're not that attracted. If it's a woman that you're really attracted to, you want to keep her happy because you're attracted to her. Men's love and attraction level go hand in hand. So if you're not putting that effort in, the relationship is going to dissolve anyway. That's why these things don't work. Because if you're not putting the effort in, then the woman is going to start feeling a certain type of way eventually. And then she's going to lose attachment or whatever love she has for you. And it's just a matter of fact, it's going to dissolve anyway. That's why you can't go with a girl you perceive as a 7. Relationships require effort on both parties. And if you're with a woman that you don't find attractive, you're not going to put that effort in. Next, guys, you won't experience true love. So for all my purple pill guys who are going to get married or be in long-term relationships, let me explain what I mean. A lot of you guys, and some of you guys might be in relationships now, and you think you're in love. That's not love. A lot of you guys don't know the difference between loving the ideal of being with somebody or loving the ideal of not being lonely versus loving the person. That's 2 totally different things. And this is what I mean by being in love with the ideal of not being alone. That means that if another woman or a better option came your way, you would just throw her to the side. She's not really what you want, but she's the best you can get now. And so you just take that and you accept that. That's not love. That's not true love. That's just, I don't want to be alone. You want true love. True love. And I only believe a man can get that from a woman he perceives as a 9 or a 10. If you get with an 8.5, the attraction from her personality and all the things she do for you can grow that to a 9 or a 10. When a woman is a 7, she would never make it that far. There's only so much your attraction, your personality can bring that up. If a woman is a 7 to you, there's not enough blowjobs and meals that she can prepare for you that's going to make you start looking at her as a dime. An 8.5, yes. A 7, no. She might make it to an 8, 8.5, but she won't make it to a 9 or a 10. There ain't enough food that she can cook to do that. There ain't enough back rubs she can do that. There ain't enough foot rubs she can do to do that. It's just not. So you won't experience true love. So if you're a guy that want to experience true dime passion love, right? I think it's got to be an 8.5 if you want to experience that. Any guys on here right now that are dating women or in a relationship with a woman they perceive as a 7, ask yourself, do you really think you truly in love with that woman? Or are you just in love with the ideal of being with somebody? It's 2 different things, guys. Totally 2 different things. That means that if you think that you truly in love, that means that whoever that hot girl that you really find hot on Instagram, that if she wanted to be in a relationship with you, the girl you're with now, you would tell that other woman on Instagram, no, this is who I want to be with right here. Nobody could take her place. Ask yourself. And I'm talking, and if you're a married guy, I'm talking about take out the financial responsibilities and stuff or consequences of getting a divorce and stuff, and ask yourself, if I removed all that, would I still choose this woman? Most of you would say no. Most of you would say no. Most of you are in a relationship out of convenience. She's good enough. She got another good attributes, right? And I don't want to be single alone. So that's why a lot of guys be in relationships. It's out of convenience. All right? Scarcity, whatever you want to call it, right? All right, so you want to experience true love, guys. Next, guys, you'll feel a certain type of way when you see women that you find very hot, right? Guys, ain't no worse feeling in the world than to be with an average looking woman and then to go somewhere, restaurant, club, grocery store, what the fuck ever, and you see a super hot chick. That shit will eat your ass alive. And you'll just think to yourself, what the fuck am I doing with my life? What the hell am I doing with my life? Now, you always gonna see hot chicks. But when you with a girl that's a 9 or a 10 to you, or 8.5 that's done got, you know, your attraction done made her, she done grew on you enough to make her look like a 9 or a 10 from all the other attributes, you'll say, shit, she fine, but my girl fine too, right? So you always gonna see hot chicks. That's never gonna end. But when you got a hot chick or a woman you perceive as hot, shit, my girl hot too. Shit, you don't feel a certain type of way. But when you with an average looking woman, man, oh, flat booty ass woman or average, whatever, right? Flat chested ass woman, whatever, right? Whatever that turns you on, and you girl ain't really got that shit, that just eats at you. You just think about, man, I would love to fuck the shit out of it. That's not a good feeling, guys. And imagine being in a relationship or getting married to something like this. You want to deal with that for the rest of your life? That's all I'm saying, guys. So it's just something to think about. If you're going to do this, you want to get with a girl that's going to be hot for you. If you're going to be purple pill, get a woman that's going to be hot so you don't have to deal with that every time. You want to go in a restaurant and you with an average looking chick, man, or average looking to you, but at least. And then it's a girl now that's just like super hot, and the whole time you just like, but you don't want to be too direct because you know your girl, she looking at you because she see the hot chick, right? Women, average looking women, they see those chicks. They know you want to look, right? They not stupid. They know, oh shit, she's super hot. Then they kind of looking at you out the corner of their eye. And then you are looking up here like you don't see all that ass. You see all that ass. So you don't want to deal with that shit, guys. And lastly, guys, personality can make them more attractive, but it only can do so much. All right? It only can do so much. It won't improve the sex life. So I get it. A lot of guys gonna say, well, AMS, she can grow on me or over time in love. that you won't never experience that. Personality can only carry so much. I understand that 7s tend to cater to their man better, or they have better personalities because they're more humble. But at the end of the day, guys, personality can only do so much. Only so much. So that's just what I think about the situation, guys. All right. So like I say, do an 8.5. If you're lucky enough and you can get a 9 or a 10 that's got all those attributes, then you lucky. But theoretically speaking, you better off probably finding off like an 8.5 and letting her grow on you. All right, guys. So that's my answer to any guys who I've heard this shit too before in life, guys, is the best women are like average 7s and shit like that. Whatever, guys. All right. I'll get back with you guys later.